What is up? What's up, everybody? So, my good friend and I, Chauncey, just came back from Suicide Squad. As everybody, this is Chauncey.
Hey.
Everybody. Yeah, we go like way back. Right? But we just saw Suicide Squad, and I don't know, what were your thoughts about it?
Honestly, I liked it. Well, basically, in a nutshell, I liked it a lot. And there was tons of action. The characters were believable, some of them. And shall I go deeper?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I would say, and by the way, just a disclaimer, this is going to be full of spoilers. This review is going to be full of spoilers. We're not going to leave anything out. I don't have time to. I have time, but it's just too much to not say.
It's too hard.
And yeah, we gotta say everything that we saw in this movie. So I mean, overall, and by the way, since I'm like really a comic book fan here, and Chauncey's more of like a layman when it comes to comic books. This will kind of help you out because we're gonna kind of review this from his standpoint as just being a guy who's a regular moviegoer, and I'm the hardcore kind of comic-y guy, so I'll go in a little bit more in depth with some of the characters. I mean, from the beginning of this movie, just from the beginning, I mean, it hit you right away. You kind of felt like a sense of, just something was just this dense emotion of just, I don't know, something weird is gonna happen. You know what I mean? Did you get that feeling, or
yeah?
was it just
because
me?
I was like, how are they gonna get out? Like what is possibly gonna happen in the film that's gonna give them a legitimate reason to get out? And there was a good reason. It was Enchantress.
Enchantress, yeah, and we'll get later on to that with Enchantress. But I mean, I would say as a whole, this movie, the shots were nice. They were really nice shots.
They were beautiful.
They were really great. Like he said, the action sequences, they were just phenomenal. And to me, the crown jewel, I would say, the most takeaway of this movie, I would say, is Harley Quinn.
Yes.
Harley
Nailed
Quinn
it. Completely
was
nailed
Margot
it.
Robbie. She did a phenomenal job with Harley Quinn. That was the best Harley Quinn I think we could ever see on film.
Yes, that was amazing. I was just like watching her in a jail cell. I was like, that's believable. Breaking out, that's believable. Relationship with Joker, that's believable. Although I haven't seen that type of Joker before.
Yeah.
I can tell it was different.
Yes.
But whoever played his Joker.
Yeah, Jared Leto, that's his name, Jared Leto.
He did an awesome job.
Yeah, and he, for those who don't know, Jared Leto spent months just trying to prepare to play Joker. I was reading an article somewhere, I think it was an article or a video I saw, that he was just in a random park and he was just trying out different Joker laughs to see which one scared them the most. so he was doing that. He's one of those
His
people.
laughs were scary.
His laughs were scary. I would say, I mean, Heath Ledger from the Dark Knight series is known as, a lot of people consider him to be the best Joker we have seen on film. Jared Leto, he did a really good job. I mean, I felt at first, with all the tattoos and everything when they were promoting it, at first I was like, I don't know about this guy being a Joker,
We just weren't used to seeing something different.
Yeah.
And then once you actually saw him act, it was like,
once you
excuse me.
see him, exactly, excuse me. He did such a great job. It was just like, there were points where I was cringing, There was points where I was actually feeling like goosebumps in the theater.
Oh my gosh, the scene where, I don't think the soldier had a name. It was like a businessman, and he was sitting in the chair, and
that was the one from the beginning. The one from the beginning that was talking to Deadshot.
Oh yeah, and Joker made him kiss his hand, and so when he did it, Joker jumped on his lap and was like, "You actually meant that."
I was like,
most creep way possible, and I was just like, "Oh my god!"
And I saw him. He was just like, I was looking over, and I'm like, "Yo, it was crazy." Like I felt like, yo, this is crazy. So I mean, Jared Leto, he did such a great job. I can't say any more than that. He did such a phenomenal job. Since we're on the topic of characters, we'll just go down. Killer Croc. What do you think about Killer Croc?
I think Killer Croc did his role well. Since I'm not a comic person, I didn't know what kind of personality he'd have, but his personality was believable. what he does was perfect. Like, he's Killer Croc. All he does is tear people apart and eat them. And that's exactly what he did. So
exactly what he did.
I have no complaints.
Yeah. I mean, Killer Croc, what I like about what they did, they didn't do too much with him. They didn't try to overshoot him. There were points where there were certain lines he said, I was like, okay.
Yeah, it just seemed like they're just throwing things in for him because he wouldn't really talk much.
Yeah, he didn't say much. But the time when he did say that one scene though, when they were when Harley Quinn, when they were in the bar, and Harley Quinn was just saying, you know, we're all ugly on the inside, and she's like, except for him, yo, this guy was like, I'm beautiful. I was like, yo, when he said that, I was just rolling.
Yeah,
like literally, that was the funniest thing he said, and I know. Yeah.
The context was that Captain Boomerang said that Harley Quinn was beautiful on the outside, but just ugly on the inside. And so she was like, "Are we all like that?" And then she was like, "Well, except Croc." And then Croc took his hood. He got his hood down, put it down. He was like, "I'm beautiful.
I'm beautiful, yo."
I was like, "Excuse me."
That had me rolling.
He was like working it. I was like, "Yo, that's how you do it."
Yo, that scene, I don't know when he just said it, and he had the most serious face on. I'm beautiful. Yo. That thing had me rolling, man. Boomerang. Captain Boomerang. Now, before I give my thoughts, and I want him, Chauncey, to tell you guys what he thought about Captain Boomerang.
To me, Captain Boomerang was just the funny guy of the movie. Like, I liked him because he was funny, and that was it. Like, I thought his special thing would be the boomerang, but the boomerang was surprisingly underwhelming until that one point where he uses surveillance.
Yeah. That
was pretty cool.
That part kind of confused me a little bit.
Yeah, I was like,
how did you get a camera on the boomerang? But I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, and how is it not going like this?
That's the main thing too. But now it had me thinking more like, I don't know, because at first when this guy was like, he was scratching his boomerang, it looked like ratchet as what?
Yeah,
boomerang.
It looked like a boomerang.
It looked like someone just took a metal and just like bent it and just like. But then you got a camera. I'm like, I didn't know boomerang is that kind of techie, you know?
Yeah.
But for me, I was a little bit. I would say I was a little bit more disappointed with boomerang, what they did with him, because he's in the comics. He's a lot more powerful than what they portrayed him as in the movie. He was. I mean, they underdid him a lot. He was funny, yes. I mean, he was a good asset to the comedy, which we'll talk a little bit more later with the comedy in this movie, because there was a lot of it.
Yes.
But they didn't do him as well as I thought they would do. I think he got a little more of a serious role. We even saw the point where he was like, I believe it's his daughter's pet, you know,
I
stuff.
never knew that.
You know, I don't think so. I don't know. You saw the stuffed animal he kept hiding?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, oh, that's cute. Something he's throwing in.
Just to be funny. Yeah. But you know, there was also a point which led me to think maybe it might have been his daughter. I don't know, because Diablo. We'll talk about Diablo. Diablo was you know, discussing how he killed his wife and his kids by accident because he lost control of his powers. And you know, you see Deadshot has a daughter, and you see Boomerang. They both kind of get a little quiet because I would presume that they both have kids. We know Deadshot has a kid. Yeah. I think Captain Boomerang has a kid. But yeah, but anyway, back to Boomerang. I think they didn't do him as well as they should have. I hope to see more if they do another movie like a Suicide Squad 2 or something. I hope they do more or show more Boomerang, what he can actually do. And we mentioned Diablo. What do you think about it?
Diablo's an interesting character because at first when I introduced him, he seems strangely like kind of like a pacifist, and it was odd because they didn't give the reason why until afterwards. And you saw his powers on like prison video camera where pretty sure he scorched all the prisoners because they pissed him off.
Yeah. He's this kind of intimidating guy. He looks intimidating, but then at first he seems like very.
He really just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Until Deadshot says some stuff.
Yeah, it kind of forces him to use his powers a little more. We get to see him do. But literally, I think because he accidentally killed his wife and kids, caused him to not use his powers as much for evil, I guess, in a sense.
He's clearly like struck with like unimaginable grief from that event. So it's understandable that he wouldn't want to use fire anymore. It was surprisingly understandable from his viewpoint, and I was like, whoa, they're getting deep with this.
Yeah, they were getting pretty deep with it. So, but we didn't see his true potential until the end when they were fighting Enchantress's brother. And now, if you guys can tell me, I don't know if Enchantress has a brother in the comics. I'm not so sure about that. If he does, let me know. I'm not sure. I mean, I'll do some research. I don't know. But they were fighting Enchantress's brother at the end. And you just see Diablo like, yo, this guy just moves up into this big
demon-looking big man on
essentially,
fire.
Yeah, and he's just
skeleton. And he just started duking it out. And I'm like, why you do this earlier? And it was weird.
Yeah, and I guess that's why he, was being more of a pacifist, because he knew he can do things like that. He pretty much has the power to just destroy everybody in the whole thing. Speaking of destroying everybody, Amanda Waller. I know you don't know much about Amanda Waller, but what do you think about her as a character?
Honestly, I from first glance, I just had no idea who this was, but she gave off the sense that she was like, she meant business. Like, she walked in, and I was like, no one's messing with her. What's happening? And then she started doing some crazy things, which was basically, she brought together Suicide Squad, which is a crazy idea in the first place.
Yes.
And there was a point in the movie where they had to extract her because of Enchantress breaking loose and getting her heart back.
Yeah.
And there were like people who weren't supposed to know that the Suicide Squad existed, and so she just killed them all.
Yep.
And it was just like, what the?
Yeah, she was straight savage. And Amanda Waller, to be honest, I didn't know much about Amanda Waller until I saw Arrow. When I saw the Arrow series is when I first saw Amanda Waller with Argus, from like season 2, I think, when she came out in Arrow. And the Arrow version of Amanda Waller, she was a savage. And actually, no, I'm lying to you. I'm sorry. The first time I saw Amanda Waller was in the animated movie. One of those DC animated movies I've seen a while back. That's the first time I saw Amanda Waller. But then on TV, on screen, is when I saw it on Arrow. And she, on the Arrow version of Amanda Waller, she was pretty much the same, but, she's pretty much savage, killing anybody without remorse, doing whatever she needs to do for country. But this, Viola Davis, she did a great job playing Amanda Waller. You felt the intimidation. She just the stare, her stare alone, just looking at you. The way how she looked at everyone else, it was just, the minute she looked at you, it was just like, you were struck with fear.
She had the Suicide Squad on lockdown. It was serious.
She was not playing around with that.
Like, she had a plan, and it worked. Basically, it worked until Joker did something that kind of messed it up, but...
Yeah. And, I can't keep saying enough about the Joker, man. That was a great performance from Jared Leto. That was a great performance of the Joker. He really put into the thing. Another side note about that, I read somewhere too that a couple months ago, he actually sent like Joker inspired gifts to the cast members. Like I think he sent Will Smith like a pig, like a dead pig. He was sending them all kinds of Joker inspired gifts.
He went wild.
He was really living the character. They do that. Heath Ledger did that to an extent. He's essentially just living as a Joker every day. And it must have been, it paid off. It paid off a lot. It did a good job. I hope we're not missing anybody. Enchantress. Yeah. Take it away.
I honestly had no idea who Enchantress was. It seems like she's just like a sorcerer, an archaeologist. Like there was this mini like clay statue like about this big, and she like cracked it open and like magical dust came together.
Yeah, the witch Enchantress, she was trapped inside of that
and it possessed
thing, and it essentially possessed her, and she became the new like Enchantress. And
I kind of didn't understand how it worked, because there was like a heart that like I don't know where it came from, because if like magical dust possesses you, did it just like form a heart that keeps all magical powers? Which that was a weird plot.
So what I understood from it is that the heart, while she was trapped in those things, there's different things like her heart, and there was a tale that said anybody who holds the heart of the enchantress can control her power and how she uses it. So the heart was hidden. So it was a separate heart. It was external. It was just outside of her body, and that's basically how. And this is why Amanda Waller was just no one to mess with. Amanda Waller had the heart in a briefcase, and anytime she wanted to do it. And real quick, that part was mad creepy when Amanda Waller called her up in the press conference room.
Yes.
And asked June to call Enchantress, and then you see this black hand just come up over and
that was some amazing CGI happening.
It was good CGI, but it was creepy.
Okay.
I was like, yo. And then you see the lady and the other lady doing this. I'm like, I would have been doing the same thing too if I saw that. Like
possession, you just watch it. I was like,
I was like, no, I wasn't. For y'all who know me, I don't mess around with the horror stuff. I don't mess around with that. I don't do that. So I don't know about you.
No,
I don't mess around with those movies and all that stuff. So that was enough for me. Okay, that was enough for me. That was enough horror for me to last me.
Teleport, cause like wild hallucinations, like make you experience like dreams.
Your heart, like your heart desires and stuff like that. So she was pretty OP, man.
Super overpowered, and I was like, they're all gonna die. Like, there's no way. And that kind of brings me to how the fight was. Like,
yeah. And before you continue, Chauncey is what, black belt? What's your
third degree?
Third degree. Black belt in Taekwondo. So this guy, don't mess with this guy, man. This guy will drop you in like, nah, he will drop you. But anyway, he's a peaceful guy. But like you were saying with it?
Yeah, the fight with okay, so before they fought Enchantress, she like I couldn't tell what happened, but there was another doll.
Yeah.
That she broke open, which was her brother.
Her brother.
And there was like no name for it. And I was like, does her brother have a name? And so
I was hoping they were going to say a name. Maybe I may have seen him in the comics somehow, but they didn't say a name, so I don't know if he's actually.
It was really weird. And so it possesses like a Men in Black looking guy.
Yeah.
And basically
just some random dude just chilling in the bathroom, like
starts shooting out like don't even know like. Just magic.
Have you seen Edge of Tomorrow?
No, I haven't.
Okay, if for y'all who've seen Edge of Tomorrow, there was those little aliens that had those little long legs that was just sticking up. It kind of looked like that, like how it was just killing people, just sticking out. I was like, yeah, the guy got like tentacles, just like I don't know.
Yeah, it's like so the guy has a seizure, and then he just grabs the train railroad, subway railroad, and just absorbs the electricity.
That's after the physician came.
That's after?
Yeah. Remember the physician came and he was like,
oh yeah, he was trying to do CPR.
CPR, yeah. He was trying to do CPR and he just took him over with the tentacles and he fell down.
Oh yeah, that was weird too. He started absorbing people and I was like, what is this?
I don't mess with that
weird.
stuff at all.
And so basically, he becomes really big, has ridiculous magical powers, and I'm like, so there's a separate guy from Enchantress that is just associated with her. This is weird. Yeah. So the fight happens and I'm like, they're going to die. Like if he has good aim. So Enchantress, all you know is they're there because it's funny because they go to where like she's building this huge weapon that's basically gonna destroy the world, and they're hiding behind pillars, and she's like, I know you're there, and I'm like, oh well, that was a waste of hiding. And for some reason they try to keep them. Deadshot tries to keep Harley Quinn from just walking out, and I'm like, I'm kind of Harley Quinn on this.
Yeah,
they can't see her, but she knows they're there, and she can just
go.
Like realistically, they could have just got wiped out right there.
Yeah.
And the brother was nowhere to be found for like a good 30 seconds, like in terms of movie time.
And this dude just pulled out of nowhere. Like, where did you come from?
It was really weird. I was like, aren't you supposed to be guarding her?
Yeah.
And so they come out, and then of course Big Brother comes around, and he shoots magic like twice, and the rest is like melee combat. And I'm like, you have magic, destroy them. And that kind of like turned me off with that fight a bit. And then El Diablo turned into like super fighting.
Yeah, that's when Diablo turned.
And I was like, okay, this is cool. This is like two big demons fighting each other. And there's like a subway bomb that was from earlier.
Yeah.
I don't have time to explain.
Yeah, we have time to explain all that. Yeah, there's a lot happening in this movie. Yeah.
yeah, they managed to blow it up and stuff happens, so I won't spoil that much. And so they start fighting Enchantress. So, okay, Enchantress is gonna whoop their butt because she has all the she got her heart back. So she has like ultimate power now. And so,
but no, Enchantress just has regular hand-to-hand combat with the Suicide Squad. And I'm like, yo, I'm like, could she just be like, boom, just like call? I'm
like just straight. Like
then, yeah,
because she's overpowered. Like she has a huge weapon right there, and it's only hitting everyone
taking up the whole entire sky.
And I'm like, don't you have like a little magic power and just go like?
Yeah. I mean, there was a one scene where she was just like fed up. Like I guess she was just playing around with them. You know,
oh yeah,
fun. But there was a scene she's like, okay, this is enough, and she just like wipes all their weapons out of her hand unanimously.
And I'm like,
okay, there it is.
There's your overpoweredness.
Yeah.
But like,
and you know what? Now you mentioned that something that I thought just reminded me. Ben Affleck, Batman.
Oh yeah,
Batman. We totally forgot about
cameo.
We had a cameo from Batman, which we all know that we saw in the trailers. If you've seen the trailers leading up to this movie, we did see there was a scene of Batman jumping over. I really wanted more, but we all know it was gonna be a cameo.
I was satisfied with the cameo.
I wanted more, just because I'm a bat junkie. I just wanted more. I wanted more of that.
So Suicide Squad, so I got a lot of them. The Batman came in. And
I personally wanted more.
Should he explain his cameo?
Batfleck. No. Yeah, go ahead and explain the cameo.
Okay, so they explained how Deadshot got captured, got captured in the first place.
Yeah.
And honestly, Deadshot getting captured, he got lucky because basically they're duking it out, and Deadshot was about to shoot Batman, and daughter comes out of nowhere. Was the daughter there? Oh yeah.
Yeah, the daughter was there.
Yeah, the daughter was there because Deadshot was walking her home, I guess.
Yeah, he was walking, he was taking her.
And then he actually duking out with Batman, and he pulls the gun, ready to shoot Batman. I'm like, okay, cool. And then daughter walks in front and he's like, don't shoot her. I'm like, really? You know he shoots all these people and make him not shoot Batman. Okay, I understand. He's Batman.
But I'll tell you what though, from what we saw, I'm not sure if Batman's suit is bulletproof, but if you've seen Batman versus Superman, you saw that one scene, they were fighting, and they aimed a gun at his head, and they shot him, and it just bounced off. So I know for a fact, like, his headgear is bulletproof. I'm not sure if his entire body, his suit is bulletproof.
Probably not.
No, I think it's all bulletproof. I think it's all bulletproof. I believe it's all bulletproof, because there was the one scene where he jumped on the car, chasing, Joker and Harley Quinn. What were they driving, like a Lamborghini or something? I don't know. What they
souped out car.
Some souped out car with lights in the bottom, and I'm like, okay, this is, first of all, I know we're jumping all over the place, guys. I'm sorry, it's just a lot going on in this movie. A lot going on. But back to the Joker again. I know we were talking about just Batman. Joker was like pimped out gangster.
Straight, like mafia boss.
Well, Joker's always been a mafia boss, but he's more like a hipster, kind of young Joker. This is not.
But he's crazy. Like his things weren't really, not calculated much except for getting Harley Quinn back. But other than that, he was just irrational.
This was not this was not a classic Joker that we know. Just to tell you, this is not the classic Joker that we know. This is like hipster, kind of
completely deranged mafia boss.
Just different. This is a different Joker, and I like it. It's different. It's new. It's fresh. It still has the little Joker feel with the acting. It still has the Joker feel of making you feel afraid. To me, you can do a good Joker if you can intimidate me. As far as the Joker voice, we all know Mark Hamill is the boss when it comes to the Joker voice. He is known as the Joker. When you think of Joker, that's the voice you hear. But Jared Leto was it sufficed enough. It was good. It was really good. All the scenes with Batman, everything, we can go on and on just talking about that. All the scenes with Batman, when he jumped on the car and he knocked Harley out after the car crashed in the water.
That was hilarious. Like, it was just like, boom, and she was just out. And I was
the car crashed in the water. And Joker, which had me leading, like, I think Joker just dipped. I honestly think he just dipped. He was messing around with that because Batman don't play around. So, like, he already been there already. So, I think Joker was just like, just dip right quick. Yeah, he dipped. And Harley just opened her eyes. And Joker was Batman was just like, look, a little tap and knocked her out, man. I was just dying, man. I was like,
that was so surprisingly funny.
It was funny. It was,
To me, it was the sound effect.
yeah, the sound effect. Yeah, it's just always
like it wasn't so like a, it was like a. But I was just like,
it was so epic, man. It was epic, epicness, epic legitness. It was great.
Punch.
The Flash had a cameo.
Oh yeah.
The Flash had a cameo.
That's how Captain Boomerang got captured.
That's how Captain Boomerang got. The Flash had a cameo. I was not expecting a Flash cameo. That one got
out of nowhere. I was like,
I saw the lightning. I was like, no, they're not doing it. Then you just
it was appropriate too, because like it was like a fast cameo. Like,
yeah,
Boomerang.
Boomerang is also one of Flash's main enemies as well, by the way. So that's why it was perfectly, good, perfectly fitting. But once I saw the blue lightning, I was like, I kind of had a pause. I was like, no, they're not about to bring Flash up in here. The Flash runs in there, and I'm like, yeah, they brought Flash in. Yo, and then he was fully suited and everything.
Yes.
Yo, it was just great. It was a beautiful scene. Everything was, I mean, the direction that DC is going in right now is, they're on, I don't care what Rotten Tomatoes said. I do not care. I think it was like, what, 23%?
It was super low.
Rotten Tomatoes, man. No, like I don't care what they said, man. I enjoyed it, and from a layman who doesn't know too much about the comic world, he loved the movie. That says enough for me. I don't care what Rotten Tomatoes. I say go see the movie. I say go watch it. I'm gonna go watch it again. I'm gonna watch it again just so I can interpret a little more. Batman v Superman. I saw the movie like 4 times.
I watched it once.
I saw it 4 times, and I bought the DVD, and I was like, yeah, I can't have enough of that movie. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. But left out Deadshot. We didn't talk about him. Remember we said we were gonna talk about it. Deadshot, go take it over.
So they introduce him, and he's beating up a punching bag. He's like, one day I'm gonna break out. And of course he just like talks back, and he's like, oh, you're gonna talk back to the guy who's keeping you in here. You're really dumb. And it's funny. Of course he gets out because of Amanda Waller's plan and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it comes to a point when they show off his skills at a shooting range. There's a whole bunch of guns laid out on like a table like this, and a whole bunch of like targets, like human-looking targets. And Amanda Waller said, "Okay, show me what you got." And so he picks up a pistol. He goes like this. And then he aims it at the guard. That was his guard, taunting him. And he's like, oh my god.
The guard is like, oh my
He's
god.
freaking out.
See, I told you, this is why I don't want to let him out.
That was
Because,
funny.
that thing had me dying. Because everybody know not to mess with Deadshot, man.
And then Amanda Waller was like, really think it would give you actual guns? They're just blanks.
And they really did. No, they really gave him.
Yeah, they gave him actual guns. And then Deadshot was like,
He shot it up in the air, and then he smelled the
was like,
gunpowder. He was like,
you guys are crazy.
oh, y'all crazy. Yo, Will Smith took home. I think Will Smith and Harley Quinn, like I said, were the best characters. Yo, Will Smith made this movie a lot more funnier than a lot of people thought it would be. This movie was hilarious. This movie was funny, action-packed. It had it all in there. Everything was in this movie. Everything was in this movie. And back to Deadshot with the thing. Even when the little alien army that Enchantress made, when they were attacking him, Deadshot was just like
2 pistols, soul and all.
Just going in.
There's literally a point where there were soldiers behind him, and they just stopped shooting him because Deadshot was killing them all.
The soldiers were just like,
They're like, let him do it. He was like Deadshot off on standing in the car.
he's just all on the car.
There's like 2 pistols. I'm like, when he's gonna run out of ammo?
Yeah. They never seem to run out of ammo like in these movies, man. Yeah. And Harley Quinn too. Not even the comedy, but the fighting too. She was kicking it.
Oh yeah,
man. She was kicking it. Harley
some
Quinn.
serious fighting.
She was real, and with the bat too.
Overpowered bat.
Overpowered bat. Word.
The bat was overpowered. It wasn't even steel. Wasn't that wood?
No, it was a wood bat.
It was a wooden bat.
It was a wood bat.
I was just like,
and she was just going in, just knocking them out. All these little jujitsu moves she was doing. It was great. This movie, I absolutely love this movie. Everything DC has done so far this year has been great. I don't care what they said about Batman v Superman. I don't care what they're gonna say about Justice League. A lot of people have been complaining about the DC universe not being funny enough, being dark. Because the tone was set by Christopher Nolan with the Dark Knight series and Man of Steel. I loved all the DC movies. I don't care. And except for the one with George Clooney when when he played Batman. I hated that with the nipples and everything. I hated that suit. That suit was horrible. I hated that movie so much. I mean, the Batman suit had nipples on it, dude. Like, I was not doing that movie, man. But
Just wrap this up.
yeah, we could just wrap this up right here, man. This movie was just great. It was awesome. Go watch it.
Should we rate it?
Yes, let's rate
Out
it.
of 10?
Out of 10, what do you think?
That felt like a solid 8 for me.
A little worse than me. I give this movie 8.5, almost a 9.0 is what I give this movie. I loved it all. 8.5, 9.0. That's tough. Alright guys, so hope you liked the review. I know it's pretty lengthy. If you saw it in parts, thank you for watching till the end. For those who watch it till the end. If you're not subscribed to me and you like what I do, subscribe to me.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. Like the video and share it to your friends and family, those who like this stuff.
I'm gonna share it.
Yeah, if not, he's gonna share it because he's gonna share it.
Hey.
You know, and Chauncey, thanks for coming. I'm just calling you Chauncey. Chauncey, thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for doing the review. It was fun. The movie was great. Go watch it. All right. Thanks for watching the video.